On Sunday, I got up at 6 a.m. And I watched the Portuguese Grand Prix. And I'll be honest, this was not the most entertaining Formula One race I've ever watched in my life. And I think when we look back on the 2021 season, this race is kind of going to be looked at as a footnote where we'll go, yeah, Lewis Hamilton won, big shocker. Max Verstappen got second. Mercedes got first and third. Red Bull got second and fourth. And overall, what this race did, as far as the F1 standings, was just kind of hold everything in place. McLaren's where they were, Ferrari's where they were. And, if you look at the standings, Lewis Hamilton's got 69 points. He's in first in Formula One. And, Max is in second with 61 points. And Lando is still in third. And with the team standings, Mercedes is in first with 101 points. And Red Bull is in second with 83 points. And McLaren is in third with 53 points. So from an overarching theme, this race was really kind of just about Red Bull staying alive and keeping themselves in the hunt, trying to stay in competition with Mercedes. Red Bull didn't really have a chance to win. There was never a moment where I'm like, wow, Red Bull can catch Mercedes. Didn't have the pace on Sunday to do that. But Red Bull stayed alive. And I know Red Bull's not the only focus, but that's something I'm most excited about. And I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer. I don't mean to be like a guy who's super negative. But I know that not every single F1 race is going to be the best race in F1 history. There are some races where I'm like, man, that was unbelievable. Sunday was just not one of those days. Now, I will say, there were still good moments. There was a great moment where Sergio Perez, for example, he stayed on his tires so long, like well longer than I would have thought he did, where Sergio Perez stayed so long on his tires, he ended up kind of by default in first place. And Lewis Hamilton was coming up behind him asking on the team radio, blue flags? Am I about to lap? Sergio Perez didn't even realize Sergio was in first place because it's unthinkable he went that long on his tires. And then, of course, with fresher tires, Lewis is very easily able to pass him and go into first place once he realized, we're racing. That's real. That was kind of a fun moment. There was another moment, not really fun, but kind of infuriating, where Nikita Mazepin got blue flagged. He was in last place in the race. And Sergio Perez was coming up behind him to lap him. And Nikita Mazepin refused to get over. Just whether he's not aware or he's a jerk or doesn't care, he refused to get over. Now, Nikita Mazepin got a 5-second time penalty. Ooh, he's in last place. It didn't matter. But the real penalty went on Sergio Perez, who was trying to get by Mazepin. He wouldn't let him by. And as a result, it made it easier for Lewis Hamilton to get up behind him and catch him and pass him for first place. And so I got to say, I've felt this way all year. This is just another example of how very much I hate Nikita Mazepin. He's Mesa Spin, we'll call him. I think that's a really fun way to put it. And Nikita Mazepin makes it so easy to hate the guy. He seems like a jerk off the track. He's a terrible driver. He's there because of his rich dad. It's kind of insane how many ways you can look at Nikita Mazepin and go, that dude sucks really bad. And now, I will say also, this race was evidence that Red Bull finally found their number 2 driver. It's really exciting. Alex Albon last year could not get it done. Finally, we have a driver, Sergio Perez, number 2 with Red Bull, who can, as if I'm part of the team. But as an F1 fan, I want to see a team challenge Mercedes, and Sergio Perez is part of that. He really can be a guy up there pushing from behind and competing for podiums. He got 4th, and that's really exciting, and he's been very competitive all year. Now, Alpine was solid. They got, Esteban Ocon got 7th place. Fernando Alonso got 8th place. Alpine is making progress. The battle for 3rd right now is really, really fun in Formula One, where you have McLaren with, they're in 3rd right now with 53 points. Ferrari's in 4th with 42 points. And in the driver's standings, you have, McLaren's got Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris. Ferrari's got Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc. They're both doing very well, and they're both really competitive teams. And Lando's 3rd, Valtteri Bottas is 4th, and Charles Leclerc is 5th right now. So the battle for 3rd, McLaren, Ferrari, it's really, really fun. I'm really enjoying that kind of back and forth. And Ferrari, I got to say, Ferrari is much better than I would have thought they'd be this year. I'm really impressed with what they're doing. Aston Martin has been disappointing. There's still time. Plus, I think Aston Martin really is focused on mainly next year in 2022, development for next year. But Seb got 16th in Portugal, and Sebastian Vettel is not impressed so far. He's kind of struggled so far this F1 season, and Aston Martin right now is 7th behind even AlphaTauri right now, which is not exciting if you're an Aston Martin fan. And it's just pretty clear Aston Martin's got a long way to go. Lando Norris, the more we watch him, looks more and more like a star driver. And I got to say, my favorite thing about Formula One right now is this Red Bull versus Mercedes battle. I got a question from Caleb on Patreon. I'm not going to read it, but it's basically like, what's the best storyline in Formula One? It's Mercedes and Red Bull. It's so much fun to watch these two teams battle for first, and Red Bull really feels like they have a chance to win, and whether they do or not, I don't really care. I'd love to see Red Bull take down Mercedes, but even if Red Bull can just make it close and make it interesting and convince me they've got a chance, that's all I care about. I just don't want it to be a walk-away win for Mercedes where it's easy. I'd love to be in a situation where it's close all year and it's tense and we're not sure. That's what I want from Formula One this year. That's all I'm begging for. And so far, that's exactly what we're getting. I'm excited, man. I'm really, really enjoying Formula One. It's fun. I think it's competitive. It's interesting. That Battle for First is fun. Battle for Third is fun. There's good battles later in the back, in the the middle of the pack, at the back of the pack, and it's fun to hate on Nikita Mazepin, who I hate the guy, but it's fun to talk about how much I don't like him. And I gotta say, like, even though I don't like him, he does bring me joy because I get to talk about why I don't like him. So, God, that makes me sound like such a horrible, hateful person. But he's a meme. He's fun to talk about. So F1's going really well. The Portuguese race was not the most impressive thing I've ever seen, but sometimes that's how Formula One goes. And so far, I'm really, really enjoying Formula One.